What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are driving a 1995 Honda Civic Si. This is chassis code EJ. In the United States, known as the EG. I say in the United States because this is a car we never got here. We did get the regular non-SI version of this car, but the SI we never got. You can see the speedometer there is in kilometers. Interestingly, actually, there's a little secondary inlay with miles per hour, which I never knew that they did. On the mile per hour clusters, they'll do miles per hour than kilometers, but on the kilometer clusters, I guess they just switch it. Very interesting. Some specs: this has a D16 engine with VTEC, which I don't think is something we ever got in the States, at least not in a Civic anyway. Makes about 126 horsepower, a torque number that frankly doesn't matter. It revs out to 7-something thousand, maybe not quite 8,000 RPM. I'm very excited to drive this today. This is the middle child between the EF hatchback and the EM1 Civic Si. We'll have a review on all three of these and comparing them in the not so distant future, but today we're just going to focus on this, the EJ Civic Si. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing out on the road and see how it drives. That's so funny. It feels just like a D16, but it's just a little more live. Wow. All right, initial impressions, guys. It is super lively. This engine loves to go. It doesn't rev quite as high as the B series engine and the EM1, but compared to the EF hatchback, the EF Civic Si, this has a lot more to give, a lot more engine in it. It just feels fantastic. It wants to rev, it wants to go. Doesn't rev as high as I thought it would want to. Nonetheless though, the VTEC makes a big difference. That extra 20 horsepower, believe it or not, you feel it. The difference between 106 and 126, it's a noticeable difference. I mean, that's, if you think about it, a 20% increase of horsepower, basically. Brake pedal feels all right. There's a fair amount of body roll. Woohoo! Just missed it a little bit on the blip there, but that's okay. We'll throw it into this corner. The engine, the driveline, it feels really well in tune with itself. When I'm changing gears, going from second to third, it doesn't have a weird throttle stumble or anything like the EF hatchback does. The inputs in the driver's seat feel really good. I don't feel quite as much in the seat as I do in the EF, I feel like. Steering feels about the same, although the car feels a lot less top heavy almost. The roofline is quite a bit lower than in the hatchback Civics, and I think that you really do feel that in the driver's seat of this car. It does make itself very apparent once you're kind of throwing around and driving it. Man, and it's a Honda. It loves the downshift. It just loves you playing with it. It's like use all my controls, use the shifter, use my horsepower, use my chassis. loves to rev. The gearing feels so short, it feels so quick. What a wonderful car to drive, everyone. What a wonderful car to drive. I'm falling in love with this thing. I like the EM1 after it, that one a lot. That's everybody's favorite. I like the EF before it, but this car does it for me. I don't know what it is. It's got a fair amount of body roll. You know what? The steering does feel a little bit disconnected compared to the EF hatch with its very raw mechanical steering. But this, it's composed. It has body roll, but it leans into itself and it grips up and it goes. This is already beating my expectations from the driver's seat. I mean, it's a Honda. You knew it was going to be good. But I wasn't quite sure how good, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Oh man, I love this. I just want to keep revving it out. It's so much fun. 126 horsepower is the perfect number for this. It just wants you to go. And you know what, when I push the clutch pedal in, it's got some feedback in the clutch pedal and the shifter, and the car really talks to you. 1995, smack dab in the middle of the 90s, right in the middle of Honda's golden era. I mean, this just, it's it. It hits the nail on the head. This is everything Honda stood for. It's tossable, it's fun, it's really light. I want to say ballpark like 2,400 pounds, 2,500 maybe. It's very light. It has just enough power for the weight. I mean, it's just great. The car's so flat, it just encourages you. I hate doing that. I tap the limiter. So limiters are like 6,800 or 7,000 RPM. It doesn't even go on a red line, interestingly enough. I think the red line concept, going to red line, is kind of an American thing. I feel like a lot of cars in Europe and Asia or overseas, the red line is above the limiter. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It's eager to rev. It wants you to push it hard. I mean, it's the classic Honda formula. It's just a fantastic driving car. You don't even have to use VTEC in this to really get torque out of it. I don't know. I think that 126 horsepower, it might all be top end, but I feel like it's kind of pretty even across the power band. Like even the mid-range feels a little juicier than the EF. Compared to the EF hatch, the EJ Honda Civic Si, it honestly, it drives better in every way, in my opinion. It's more playful, more tossable. It has a little less steering feel, but a power steering versus non, that's probably why. But the engine, it feels more eager to rev. The car feels more flat, it's stable. I mean, call it crazy saying that the later car that comes out is an improvement over the original, but this truly is in every way. Sometimes when you get the newer generations of cars, you lose something from the old car. That's very common. But in this, I don't think you do. I feel like this from the EF hatch is a complete across-the-board improvement in every capacity. It's more refined. It maintains a lot of the same driver's feedback. It's still extremely playful. It corners more flat. I mean, I'm shocked, genuinely shocked by this car. The EF is maybe a little more fun around town and, in little tighter little corner spaces, but generally as a car, I mean, this is better. It just is. And I'm so sad we did not get this in the United States because I think this may be my favorite Honda Civic Si. Okay, let's not do that, bird. You know what? Sometimes those things happen on shoots like this, and you just gotta roll with it. I also love how alive the fuel gauge is. Depending on the incline, it very much changes the reading of the of how much fuel you have in the tank. This is the old days of mechanical fuel gauges, not the electronic ones that came later. Ladies and gentlemen, my hot take of the EJ Civic Si. I am blown away by this car. I think this is the best Honda Civic Si, the best driving Honda Civic Si, at least out of the golden age Honda Civic Sis. The EM1 is a lot more engine heavy, and the engine is the heart of the car, but it's not as composed. In the EF, the engine, I'm not going to say feels gutless because it doesn't, but you have to work a lot harder for it, and it just isn't quite as happy to rev as this. The extra 20 horsepower in the VTEC in this makes a gigantic difference for how it feels. And as a 90s car, I mean, for 1995, I don't remember what these cost, but this honestly was probably a bargain. This thing just drives great. It corners flat. It feels good. It feels tight. There's a lot of feedback. Overall, it just feels fantastic. So I'm very happy we got to drive this. Thank you to the Great Lakes Vintage Honda Collection for letting us try this car. And I think at some point this will be for sale. So if it goes for sale, link in the description down below. But all right, everybody, time to give the EJ Honda Civic Si a score. The EJ Civic Si scores here on our list. Near the middle, it places about how to expect compared to other Civic Si's shown. The EJ is the middle child of these older Civics. Not as quick as the new ones, but more refined than the EF before it. Should you buy it? The EJ Civic Si is a great car to drive. It may only have 126 horsepower, but it only weighs 2,400 pounds. This car showcases the Honda experience perfectly. Sometimes the middle children of car families have a tendency to feel worse than its older and younger siblings in various ways. But the EJ delivers a nice blend of the new and the old that you wouldn't expect. Add in the cool factor that we never got them in the United States, and the EJ Civic Si stands out as a cool little weekend driver.